Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today we are coloring in a romantic country scenes coloring book by Teresa Goodridge. This is what this is a coloring book by Teresa Goodridge in her series of coloring books that she does for Creative Haven. Sorry guys, everything got a little squished when I moved the computer over a little bit. This is what happens sometimes when you're live. Sometimes you move things and you don't realize how much stuff you moved over, but that's okay. So I hope everybody's been well. I know I haven't been on this week, but that's because I worked a few more days than I normally would have. But you know, 'tis the season to be working a lot now, so. So I am happy about that I am working a little bit more. So I am coloring. First of all, we're going to be coloring the trees. So I'm going to use a brown from my Finding the Lost Girl pencils, which I really like these pencils a lot. They earn a lot of money. That's important, not to have the pencils that work well. Would I buy these pencils again? Absolutely, yes. Are they worth the price? I think they're worth the price. I think right now they are. Hey, Michelle, how are you? I was busy working a lot of days this week, so that's why I wasn't on this week. So, and then I was a little tired. It is now busy season. Plus, I'm getting trained again to do certain things at work. So. So we can do the work that we need to do. So I'm coming in more days, so I might not be able to do as much. I've been busy, and then, we got that incredible rainstorm on Thursday, which was just insane to think about that rainstorm. Not Thursday, what was it, Wednesday? Tuesday? I forget what day it was, but it rained here, and it was like so much rain. So we are working out of this coloring book, Michelle. Romantic Coloring Tree Scenes coloring book by Teresa Goodridge. I thought since, Valentine's Day just passed, and some of you did see that Hannah Lynn picture that I call it, I haven't been coloring as much as I normally would. So this month might be a small month of coloring pages, but I'm okay with that. I'd rather have quality over quantity. Someone asked me, what are my favorite pencils? And that's like asking, who's your favorite child, in my opinion. Because every pencil is different. Not like you're going to get the same. Someone asked me if I was to get a budget-friendly pencil, which budget-friendly pencils would I rebuy? Black Widows. I'm Finding the Lost Girl pencils. Absolutely. You know what? The fires are never completely gone, Michelle. Some of you know that I'm originally from the East Coast, so it's very different for me because I luckily was blessed to live in an area. I'm very blessed to live where I am. But still, it's very scary for the people, I want you guys to think about that. It's a little scary to think about, those people who lost their homes in the Palisades. And, I'm fortunate that we didn't have to pack up and leave. Someone asked me how much are these pencils. I think they're about $10, but if you buy the set, which comes with their own case and And a coloring book, I think it's a little bit more, but if you buy the pencil plain, I think it's $10. Plus, they give you a small little coloring book if you buy it with the case, I think. So it depends. I originally found out about these pencils. Where did I originally find these pencils? Facebook. These were originally the Finding the Lost Call pencils. Were originally, I found out about them on Facebook and was like, oh, I do like these. One thing I must say about having a smaller house is that it kind of forces me to figure out what do I want to keep, what do I not want to keep, what do I like to keep. I no longer have my Soho pencils. I gave those to somebody else who liked them. But here's the thing about the Soho pencils that I didn't like. And I have found that as I'm getting older, my needs are changing, at least with my hands. What I didn't like about them was the grip and the fact that they're hexagonal pencils. You know how these are nice and smooth. Some pencils have a hexagonal thing, and I found that the hexagonal thing was hurting my hands. So someone asked me, what kind of pencils do I like? What kind of grip? I like the grips like this, where it's easier for me. And some of you know that I'm originally I press hard when I color. So when I do blending and things like that, it's kind of like I have to think about it. And a lot of you didn't really realize how much work it is. But now it's busy season, so I'm really glad I can work. I'm hoping I get to do more work. Now I want to make this blue. First of all, I want to make the butterflies yellow. These little butterflies yellow. I have a thing for yellows. I also the other day was using my markers on one of my books and I ran out of certain things and I'm like, oh, I ran out of the skin tone and I don't have the refill for it. And then I was also coloring in the Dragons coloring book, Michelle. That, who bought that they saw it on my channel and they bought it because they liked it so much. I forget who was doing it. I also want to color him yellow. I want to give him yellow hair. So I want to do a nice blue. I want this blue. Yes, and we have Christmas out. I think it's important to do things you like to color. And I know for a fact I love coloring in Creative Haven books. We might not get all the picture done today, but we'll get a lot done, I feel. I actually finished watching Cobra Kai yesterday, season 6, part 3. I tell you, I loved it. I think season 6 was really my favorite season of the entire show. But I also think I liked it the best because it wrapped up a lot of stories. And it was a happy ending, I think, in a lot of ways. Sometimes you get series and they don't end on the happiest notes. I thought the show had an amazing arc. Yes, it did. Nutshell. I think you would like it too. See, I love coloring these things because they come out really nice. And I will say, the thing I like about these books, the Creative Haven books, is there's so many different kinds in there. If you go to the Dover website or even Amazon's website, and you type in Creative Haven coloring books, you're going to get a lot of different coloring books there from a lot of different people. But a lot of the stuff is from Teresa Goodridge. I think, who else? Marty Noble is another one that has a lot of books. So, you can get a lot of nice books there. You're not going to break your bank account because a lot of the books are like, what are they, $6 or less? So you don't have to, and I was telling somebody, you don't have to break the bank. If you don't have a lot of money, I highly recommend these books because there's a lot of different subjects and they all have some pretty, pretty nice colors in there. And here's look for another green. This is a darker green. Yeah, that works. I love this color. Yes, this is a green from Finding the Lost Girl pencils. Sometimes I'll make a border so I don't accidentally color over the brickwork. So this is going to be a different, I don't know what color either. I'm going to do this gray or brown. I'm thinking gray for the stones. Because I don't get to use my grays too often unless I'm coloring like castles. So I like coloring with these pencils. What is the grip like? What are they closest to? I would say that these pencils are closest to my polychromos, certainly. I haven't decided if I'm doing a sky yet or not for this. I guess it depends on which color it is. Ah, I guess my mother's going into the other room to finish doing whatever she's doing. And sometimes I cover up the flowers because I just don't like doing flowers. I actually like doing flowers, but sometimes it's, with these pictures, sometimes it's like the tiniest details get messed up. So she'll do the well gray. We're gonna do this gray. I did put all the disclaimers. I have a color in Prismacolor that I think would look really nice. So we're gonna switch over to our Prismas now. Prismas are really good colors. They have a really nice blue that I like. What is it called? Slate gray. I'm trying to find it. It's not always the easiest color to find. This is called slate gray. It's like a bluish gray. It is going well. I worked a lot this weekend, Danielle. Um, I worked a lot this week. That's why I wasn't on. If you don't see me on during the week, it means I'm working or I'm at doctor's appointment or I'm doing something. Thing is, with my condition, it's like every 3 months I go to see a different doctor. So I'll have 1 month where I'll see this doctor, then the next month I might see the rheumatologist. You know, yeah, we're coloring from romantic country scenes by Teresa Goodridge, Danielle. This is one of my favorite papers to color on. Yeah, I like this paper. Like I like the paper in the older color in heaven books. It's like sometimes I find that some of my older coloring books are really good books to color because you can color in both. It is better. It's just, sometimes you're like, you think you're doing well, and then you have to go back up on medication. And when you go back up on medication, sometimes you feel queasy. Like the first, I think last week they did something where no, 2 weeks ago, they upgraded my medication again. Instead of it being less, they put more medication on me. So, like, when they readjust your meds, I had a feeling that they were going to readjust my meds because I hadn't been feeling well for a while. So then I talked to the doctor and they did my labs, and unfortunately, I had to go back up on one medication. So, I take I do take my medicine. I'm very religious, very, I wouldn't say religious about it, but I would say I'm pretty good at it because I'm like, okay, I take this medicine for this, I take this medicine at night for that. So that's what I would recommend. And we've used Finding the Lost Girl pencils for this so far, and now Prismacolor. So what's this color? I don't think I've ever used the French gray. I don't use the French gray too often. I even have the smaller pencils out in case I have a small pencil. God forbid I have a small little pencil, according to some people. Oh, that's green. Oh, no, I forgot that I have to color that in green. So you missed something. Purple. These are the Finding the Lost Girl pencils. Oh, I don't have that one. I don't think I have that book. I did order some more stuff from Flix, but I only ordered like about so much stuff because you can't get everything all at once. And so I'm like, okay, when I have extra money, I will only spend this much. So I think I spent about a little under $43 for a few Copic refills that I needed. I ran out of one of my grays, and I realized I didn't have because I was coloring in that Dragons and Pearls, and I was using a gray color. And unfortunately, guess what happened? I did not have, and you're gonna laugh at this. I didn't have that I didn't have that color, a refill for that color. So I decided to order it today, along with a few other things, but I try to keep my buying now to a limit. So that way it would be like easier for me because, I always feel like, and maybe you guys feel like this when you buy your refills or you're stocking up on pencils, you always feel like, okay, you bought this and then all of a sudden you use another color and then you realize you need this color or that color. So you're like, what did you do? I really do like these Finding the Lost Girl pencils. They really are a much better pencil than I originally thought they were. These are good solid, these pencils, the Finding the Lost Girl pencils, these are a solid brand. Would I buy them again? Yes. Would I buy King Art pencils again? No. Will I buy Prismas again? Yes. Whole bunch, yes. Hey, Keely, how are you? Would you buy Black Widows? Would you buy Arteza colored pencils? No. I actually find them gimmicky. So that's my feeling about Arteza. They're okay, but every time I've ever used Arteza, I'm good. I've been busy working, so that's why you guys didn't see me all week. I was busy working, and then one day I was off, but that day I was so tired. It was like I couldn't even move because I was so tired. But every other day except for that one day I was working, and then of course it was raining the day I was off. Well, do you prefer them like this, the very thin ones? So here's a Prisma. Do you prefer them like this, or do you prefer them like this? See, these are harder pencils. These are a very thin pencil. I know. Did you like them? And I'll tell you right now, I've tried so many different pencils, it's not even funny. Over the years. I think I was moving, so I had to get rid of a lot of stuff. What's the other pencil I don't like? The irritants. The Tombow irritant pencils, the ones that you did in the books. That's fine if you're a simple Crayola. I've seen people do some really nice work with Crayolas, and you know what? I do use the Crayolas when my nieces come over. So sometimes I'm coloring something, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're coloring Crayolas." And I did work a little bit in a diamond painting this month so far. Lyra is a bit of a harder pencil. Are you talking about the Rembrandt or the other ones? Here's the thing about the Lyras. I like them, but their colors are different than the other pencils. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not like... And here's the thing about Prismas. If people don't realize this when they buy the Prismas, that they're thin pencils. No, that's fine. Like when the kids come over, I use the Crayolas for them. And then sometimes they use these because sometimes I bring these out with me, the Prismas, because I have enough duplicates that it's not an issue. But one time, my niece saw some other pencils and she's like, "Oh." And I think it was a budget-friendly pencil. It wasn't this, but it was another set that looked similar to this. And she's like, I like these. But the younger one really has good taste because she's like, she saw my Holbeins and she started playing with them a little bit. And she goes, I like these. She said, like, she liked the thicker pencil. The other one, the older one, like these, the thinner ones. So I guess children too are particular about what they like. You know, children can be just as picky as adults, I realize, you know. And something like print out stuff too. Today somebody dropped something in one of the groups that I'm in. Dropped like a whole bunch of like coloring book stuff. And as you can see, one of my coworkers gave me some stuff, and this is what's left of the stuff that she gave me. Gave me some stuff, and this was stuff that she had in her thing. I had more of these originally. The Sharpies, she had given me more Sharpies, but I ended up finishing them because I was doing a mandala in the 300 mandalas a while back. So that's okay. I understood what you meant. So this is what's left of what she gave me. So I haven't used the Ultra Fine Gel pen yet, so I don't know what that pen is like. So forgive me if I don't know what those are for. People give me stuff and then, you know, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this stuff, actually, I ask sometimes. You guys can see that I have a great deal of pencils that I like to use and then what I don't like to use. So kind of like, okay, this is what I'll use there. There's a light gray. 10% warm gray. As you can tell, I have a great deal. And I did finish watching Cobra Kai on Netflix. I really have enjoyed the series tremendously. You know, I kind of came in a little bit late to the show, which I'm fine with. But I really enjoyed the way that show ended. I'm thinking of making those red or orange. I'm thinking about making these orange because those would make a good color palette. I have a lovely orange in my Holbeins that I like instead. Okay, now we go into the Holbeins. Season 6, part 3. Yeah, it is. And remember, this is the final season, the final part of it, season 6. I will say right now, I loved it. Hands down, I think it was the best. How can I adequately say this? I think it was the best season. I think it was the best thing that they could have done. I loved it. The next time go on, and if you finished watching it, tell me what you thought. I thought the way that they gave the endings to Crease and Silver was just like so perfect because I didn't see an ending other than that for them. But I was surprised by how they did it. I'm not going to say it's the best thing that they could have done, but I think it was an appropriate way they ended for them. I honest to God did not think we would get this far in this picture. Oh, I am still reading I Am Flame. I am 140 something pages. I am at 489. I know the book has, what is it? I'm at 469, 470 at I Am Flame. So I must finish that before book club. Not this Monday, but next Monday. Not this upcoming Monday, 24th. I'll probably be reading it still. So I'm still reading the second book in that, but I'm almost done with the second book. So I think later today I'll spend about a good 2-3 hours trying to read that, and then at least 3 chapters. Every night before I go to bed, I try to read a chapter of whatever my current book club read is. So that way I don't feel like I screwed up. There's actually a lot in this picture to color. No, I did not realize that when I picked this, that this was going to be a lot of things to color. You had a well, you have the river, you have greenery, you have rabbits, you have a couple. I thought picking something a little less would be better. Then I have this picnic basket. So I got to put a brown in there. I'm probably going to pick some colors in there that represent them. I'm not figured out what I should color them in. But that's okay because I know that this is going to be red. This is how little my green is. I don't know which one is the Soapy Too Fleet. Wrong color. I'm just too close to this. I'm looking forward to the new Captain America movie. But that's because I'm a Marvel girl at heart. So you know that's part of the thing too. If you're no, I've always said this to people. If you know you're a Marvel girl, and from what I'm hearing, the Captain America movie is quite good actually. There is a Red Hulk. That is Cap Harrison Ford's character. I'm thinking pink for some weird reason. I'm thinking pink. Thinking pink here for this. That's probably a guess. I'm using my Holbeins now. So far we have used Finding the Lost Girl pencils, the Prismas, now the Holbeins. So I always try to diversify whatever I'm coloring. This is called Cosmos. I've never been good at getting the bread color just right. Thinking beige for the bunnies. I don't even have to press that deep with the Holbeins. Which one? Green, gray, red? This is a purple mauve. I think this one is a little bit more. Someone asked me, do I like a busier picture or do I like a lighter picture? And every color is different. Like what you like about one color, you may not like about another one. Vermilion. This is like an orangey red. Oh no, I got his thing red. Oh well. I got his arm red. Oh well. That would have been adorable. And then I'm going to do this. We'll just say he got red. Then he got sunburned. We'll say he got sunburned. We'll use this color. This is, what is this color? Shell pink. And I want a light brown. This is another color called Autumn Leaf. I think my mother just took her shower, so I'm hearing noises. I'm not happy with, did any of you guys see what the new Color in Heaven magazine is? I was not happy with it. I'll tell you that right now. Burnt sienna. But you must have been adorable as 4-year-old Hulk, Danielle. I could just see you being really cute. Guys, see how nice this is coming along? Really? He was let go? Again? You know what it is they only have so many roster spots. They're new bosses. TKO is very cost effective. So they want to bring up talent from NXT, and they've also had talent down there. You know who was upset that they let go of? Cedric Alexander, but you know that he's going to go to AEW when his time is up and join the Hurt Business over in AEW. I did too. He did, but Bronson Reed is better when he's not in WWE, and he goes by the ring name Jonah. I wouldn't be surprised he comes back in TNA as Jonah. That was where he was working before, so I could see that happening. I was happy with the men's Royal Rumble, Danielle. I will tell you that. I was surprised who the winner was. I did not think they were going to give it to Jey Uso. I was glad they didn't give it to Roman. I was glad they didn't give it to Seth. I was kind of glad that they, honest to God, I thought they were going to give it to Cena or Punk. Really, I really thought they were going to give it to Cena or Punk. I didn't like the Women's Royal Rumble, to tell you the truth. because honest to God, there were people who I felt should have been in the Rumble. I was very happy to see Alexa Bliss back in the Rumble. I was happy to see her back. And this one is Coral. And I was very happy to see Alexa Bliss back. Here's the thing. To me, there weren't that many surprises. To me, I like when there's one or two surprises. I thought the men's did a better job with the surprises this year. Last year's Rumble was better for the women. The men's Rumble wasn't that good because it was predictable. This year, it was kind of reversed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I like when you give me surprises. I like when I don't know. It really was. The moment they announced Charlotte returning, I was like, uh-oh. Really? And you know what I meant. Oh, this is Cobalt Green. But it also didn't help that they had actually what had happened in the Rumble was with Alexa Bliss was that her contract was signed last minute. That she took another superstar. I think who was going to be in it? Alba Fire was supposed to be in it. I wouldn't be surprised if she's released very shortly because her partner was released. I honestly God, I'm not going to make a sky because I think the picture looks well. It was obvious that she was going to get that Rumble spot. The moment she came in, I'm like, Charlotte has too big of a contract, in my opinion, compared to the other women. They were making such a big deal of Charlotte coming back. I was like, uh-oh. It's kind of like the 2 years that, it was kind of like the year that Cody won it. It was obvious that it was going to be Cody. I did not like that Nikki Bella took that number 30 spot. I frankly don't like the Bellas. I don't know why I don't like them. I just know that I don't like them in general. So all that we have left is probably after I'm done the grass is the thing after the grass is the roses and then the border. So we did do this in a lot of ways. I didn't think I would be done with this picture. Actually, I thought this was going to be a possibility of a two-part stream, but I'm kind of glad that this was a little bit different than I thought it was going to be. I find that they did Total Divas, and this is what I was told by people in the business. Some people who know them personally, and some people who don't know them personally. But the whole reason why they did Total Divas, number one, was so they would have producer credit. The second reason was so people would get to like them because some fans didn't, a lot of fans back in the day didn't like them. So they did Total Diva so they could be, what do you call it? Likable. In some ways it was good for them and in some ways it was bad for them. That's funny. Trying to stay away from that sweet stuff. Just got Girl Scout. I bought Girl Scout cookies, and I had my coworkers buy a lot of the cookies from them. So there were about 11 in total, I think, with my coworkers and myself, because I only got 3 boxes for myself, and that was to limit how much you eat and do. So I had a lot of coworkers who wanted boxes of cookies, so you know how that goes. I got Thin Mints and the lemon thing, so I'll probably be not sure what I'm going to eat for lunch, but I'll probably have something to eat for lunch. I do want to see the new Captain America, New World Order. So now when we get ready, I thought I was going to use the Black Widows, but I guess I didn't. So, but I keep a lot of colors. So have a good time at the grocery store, Kila. So he managed to do all 13 strikes. I've never been able to do that. The closest I ever got was a 287. It's very hard. That's like a once in a lifetime achievement. And you get a nice little ring with it, right? If you bowl 300, right, you get a ring. And this color is called Carmine. I do not know what color we are going to make this. We're probably going to make this like a purple. Oh, you're supposed to get a ring. Back in my day, you got a ring for it. Ask about the ring. Oh, in my leagues, there used to be a ring. I guess they changed the rules depending on the league. I guess you can order a ring. I remember in my league, I got a patch for most improved a couple of times, and then I stopped getting it because I was getting it so much, and league people were getting mad at me for most improved. I mean, one year I had gotten almost all of the things, but someone said to me, "What would you like to win?" Well, I remember one year. I mean, it was last year I bowled, and I was bowling really well. So they go, "Do you want most improved?" I go, "No, I don't want most improved because the year before I got gotten it too." And so I was like, but I was also up for high series, high game, and if I wasn't really going for high average. I came in, I think, what was it, second highest average for the girls. I think my average was, what was it, a 179, and the girl who beat me was a 181. So I told him, if you're going to give me an award, give me the high series or high game, because I don't want to steal that. I don't want to steal most improved from other people. I mean, my average went from a, what was it, a 146, from a 130 to a 165 in 1 year. And then the next year, my average went from a 165 to a 189. Think about, how other people felt, Danielle, in that league about me. Yeah, I think I ended with a 189, but the girl who beat me had a 191 average. So, and the girl who beat me for that high average, because it was an award I had never gotten. But my focus wasn't really on getting high average for the women. It was about winning first place. So, and I told my team, don't concentrate on the personal awards, because that gets rid of what we were trying to do. We were trying to win first place that year. And I had done a totally different strategy than I had ever done. So, I had to keep that in mind. There is a wish list down there in my description if anybody's thinking, because my birthday is on March 13th. They were horrible to me. They were not nice people. But you know what? I didn't always make it the easiest on myself, You're going to meet a lot of jerks in life, I say to people. So how you deal with it, Danielle. We're almost done with this picture, guys. So I think I'm going to do a purple thing around it, like a reddish purple. Already have a color in mind. Azalea. This is Azalea. As you can tell, this is probably one of the newer pencils, because look how full it is. Now, I don't go in everybody's live streams, because there's some people who are just jerks to me during live streams, so I don't bother. But it doesn't mean that I don't enjoy the content. Where is Michelle lately? I saw her in the beginning, and now she just disappeared. I really enjoyed this picture, I think. I like Michelle's new channel name. Every time I think I know Michelle's channel, she goes and changes it to some new name. I like that she says it's Michelle's Studio Creativity. And I'm going to show at the end what I've been working on as far as a diamond painting. I did work a little bit in a diamond painting this week. So, well, I should say last week, because I didn't really have much time to do anything. And I'm like almost done with Iron Flame. Once I'm done with Iron Flame, then I'm going to have to make some, probably going to have to read 2 chapters every night of Onyx Storm at least. And we have finished another one. Yay, we have finished a page. So now we can officially mark it as a page. Yay. So I'm really happy. Really? There was another Michelle's Creative Coloring Corner? Oh no. Was the person upset that you took the name without knowing? So I'm going to show you my diamond painting. I just have to get the... So let me go into my camera and get this done. I will show you the dragon one that I did. I did the dragon one, but the gray dried up on me, so I had to use different grays. Oh, here it is. See, that was what I was when I started the picture on February 1st. This is the one in, you guys probably don't realize it. This is what I did, what I started, and then this is what I did afterwards. So you guys can see that I have made significant progress in my painting. Right, so that is where I'm currently in the thing. So I'm currently made it. Oh, because there was another person with that name on the channel. So see, if you do here, you see that this was where I started. And then this is where I ended up finishing. I also was watching some old episodes of Gossip Girl. You know, and I didn't realize how many people started their career in Gossip Girl. You know, Sebastian Stan had a little minor part in it, and he's Bucky in the MCU now. He also had a tiny part in Once Upon a Time. So, you know, Sebastian Stan has actually been around for a while doing a few recurring spots. So we did one page. So I am really proud of that. I really thought this was going to be a 2-part stream. So I'm kind of glad we did that. So I'm very happy that we are doing that. Really, I think there's supposed to be 2 more books now. Originally, it was a trilogy, but I heard there's going to be 2 more books, that it's going to be a 5. So thank you for telling me it's great. So, you know, I dread going to the book club this month, the Romantasy one, because I think it's going to be a huge book club with a lot of new people in there, and that it's going to be very, very crowded. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I know I have. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, remember to wash your hands and to be nice to one another. So what I ordered was cotton pearl, toner gray, salmon pink, some Copic nibs, a khaki Copic marker because mine got broken, apricot when I was trying to refill it, so I had to redo that. So that is what I ordered from. You know what? I try to do that. Finish it. It doesn't always. I don't always. It doesn't always work, but I like when I can finish something. It makes me feel like I accomplished something. So I want everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, be nice to one another, and remember, happy coloring, happy creative things. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate that, and I'm sure other people do. Everybody, bye, everybody.